Hey Internet, what's going on? This week, James tells you how to control anything with Siri. Does that include aspirations and dreams? Apple tells Google to go Bing itself. Is it just me or do these companies not get along anymore? And we'll break down the preferred mobile operating system of pornography enthusiasts. Think up your own punchline for that one. I'm done. My name's Justin Pott. I'm in Boulder, Colorado, and you're listening to Technophilia. Keep doing that. With me today from the UK, as always, is Mr. James Bruce. How's it going, James?
It's going good. I've got my mother-in-law with me.
Is she a guest on the show?
She only speaks Chinese, but I mean, hey, we could have a go at that at some point. Maybe that would be fun.
Okay. Oh, your wife's never appeared on the show either.
Well, I think her butt has come into the shot sometimes, but other than that,
yeah. Anyways, also with me today from Connecticut is Dave LeClaire. What's going on, Dave?
Yo.
Let's move on to the
there
news.
is no mini James yet either.
There's no miniature James. Yeah, miniature James update now. How's the miniature James developing? What size is it?
It's big.
It's a size 2.
Big?
It's big.
It's a size 2. For those of you who don't know, James is expecting to become a father any day now, at which point he will stop having weird niche interests like the Oculus Rift and will get really into mainstream fatherly things.
No, he won't. He's just going to have another little mini-me to play Oculus Rift with.
You don't know. You don't know, man. You're just going to change. Everything's going to change. You're going to start getting really into football. You're going to be like, technology is not that important. What's important is sports and doing stuff. Yeah.
James,
you know what actually
cracking up
cricket or something?
What's up?
What?
You have your kid play cricket, James? Isn't that like your sport over there or something?
My kid will not play sports. What? Sports will be banned.
You wait. You can't control your friggin' kid. He's gonna rebel. He's gonna be 7 years old.
I can if he ends up liking football. I will give him up for adoption somewhere. He will be out of the house. Just go live with the grandparents. I don't care. The moment he says, "Daddy, I support Manchester United" or something stupid like that, that's it. He's gone. I will disown him.
Gonna be like, stop playing outside and come in and play video. Get in here. Dark room. We're gonna, it's gonna be so disappointed.
I've always felt that kids should be forced to play a sport. You learn a lot, man. You learn a lot playing a sport. You learn, teamwork and discipline and all this stuff. Once they get older, they can stop, but I think little kids should at least all try sports for a little bit.
There you go. There's a controversial statement from Dave LeClaire. I'm sure James has a thrilling rebuttal to that, but let's move on to something more important, and that is YouTube. Gangnam Style, for some reason, hit 2 billion views yesterday. Who the hell's still watching this video? What's going on?
I still watch twice a week.
What?
But in my defense, I downloaded the video. I don't watch it on YouTube anymore.
Tuesday at 10 a.m. It's time for my bi-weekly Gangnam Style viewing. Like why?
Well, when you just feel a bit down, you have to just put it on and dance.
Oh, you have to. Okay.
I watch it like once a month, maybe.
Again, how do you remember to do this? Do you have like a
well, it's not like a set time. It's just like all of a sudden I'll be like, I feel like watching Gangnam Style, and then I'll put it on.
And then you just do it.
Also notable is that Psy's video for Gentleman is the 7th most popular YouTube video. So he has 2 videos in the top 10.
He has 700 million views and considers it a disappointment. How much money do you think he's made from YouTube revenue alone? Because he's got like the pre-roll ads on all these at this point.
Probably nothing.
Imagine a good chunk. The only video that's not a music video that's near the top is that stupid Charlie Bit My Finger.
Really?
I hate that. What else is in the top 10?
That's at 717 million, but everything else is music videos. LMFAO, Shakira, Jennifer Lopez, Justin Bieber, all garbage.
So What
else is there? What else? Where do you get this top 10 from?
Oh, there's a Wikipedia list of most viewed YouTube videos.
Of course there is.
I'll put it
Speaking of weird Wikipedia pages, I found the best Wikipedia page of all time, and it is a list of fictional ducks. And I cannot believe someone took the time to compile this list of fictional ducks. It's really long. It's longer than most philosophy articles on Wikipedia. We've got
Jemima Puddle Duck.
What?
Jemima Puddle Duck, is she on there?
Yeah, Jemima Puddle Duck.
Awesome. That's about the only famous stuff I know, I'm afraid.
What about Donald
You
Duck
don't know
and
Don-
Daffy Duck?
Yeah.
I
wrong
don't
with you?
get it at Disney. That's yeah.
Okay. Well, of course you don't like Charlie Bit Your Finger. The whole charm of that is that the kids are British, and to you they just sound normal. To us, they sound smarter than average kids because they're English. Like that's
No,
just
I
the
still
whole
think they
thing.
sound
Whiny
like
little
idiots.
What's up?
I think they sound dumb still.
You think they sound dumb? Oh, whatever. Moving right along. Speaking of
He
British
stuck his
people,
finger in the kid's mouth and the kid bit it. He's obviously dumb. You stuck your finger in a kid's mouth. Come on.
yeah. Again, controversial statements from Dave LeClaire here today. You heard it, gentlemen. With us today, always, is the Technophilia chat room at tlk.io, or you can visit it at makeuseof.tv/live. Join us once a week, and you can ask us questions. When the chat room's working, it doesn't seem to be right now. We got to get these TK people onto the show and figure it out. Oh, they are talking. Dota Pro is asking if I'm live streaming using a potato. Is it that bad, guys?
It's not as bad as it's been some weeks.
Okay. I don't know what's going on. I'm wired.
Do you have
I
the
don't know
little
what's-
thing
Oh, you
on
know what I should
where
do?
the bandwidth usage is set to full HD?
I have closed the window. That might have been it. It's set to auto HD.
Yeah, that's where it should be.
I'll turn it down to low. Okay.
No, auto HD is the
Moving
best. Anyway,
right along. James is not my favorite English person. John Oliver is my favorite English person. I've been listening to Google.
Whoa.
What?
Really?
What? Yeah.
Seriously,
thought
I'm
you were
not
my
your
favorite-
favorite English person?
No, I like John Oliver better.
Fuck you, man.
James, you're not even in my top 10.
What? What's your top 10 English people? What? You don't have one.
You don't even know any.
Michael Bisping
John
is
Oliver-
up there, the UFC fighter, and some other people, the TV the guy that plays Rick on The Walking Dead, like half of the cast of Game of Thrones.
The
There's
cast
a lot
Game
of
favorite English people.
there's a lot of really
Okay.
good British people out there, and James is not among them.
Oh, I didn't say British. I said English. If
Same
we
thing.
involve Scots, if we get Scots and Welsh people in here, we're pushing James way down the list. We're not even gonna. We're just talking English right now.
Top 50.
I'm just.
John Oliver has a new show on HBO. It's brilliant. He had a bit about the FCC's net neutrality stance. It explains net neutrality better than anyone in the mainstream media has. There's some people on YouTube who've done a pretty good job. The mainstream media just doesn't seem to know what the hell it is, and except that the cable companies that own them will make more money if it goes away, and that's kind of their stance. He outlined it very well. I would recommend watching it, but he also, at the end of it, said to internet trolls directly, get your caps lock key ready, and you guys need to go to this site, and he had the FCC's submission page on it, and just let them have it. And the response to this was apparently so overwhelming that the site shut down. So good job, John Oliver. You brought a lot of attention to your show, which I think's replacing The Daily Show in the public mind. And yeah, good job. Bravo. Shutting that down.
Boom.
Dave, anything? Done.
Good for the internet.
So we got a tweet this morning. I asked for story suggestions, and Dom Davis said, I understand Apple may have had an event recently.
Did they?
Do you think you'll talk about that? I didn't know what he was talking about, so I had to look it up. But James, what happened?
Oh, they had a thing, I think.
Yeah.
What is it? Developer conference?
WWDC?
Yeah, which
Something.
can we just remember is aimed at, wait for it, developers,
Developers?
not consumers. So let's just bear that in mind before we say, oh, so boring, there's no iWatch and there's no new TV thing. Shut the hell up.
Well,
Okay?
they can call it aimed at developers if they want, but they live streamed it to consumers, which then makes it aimed at consumers.
Did they really
I
live
did-
stream
They didn't
consumers,
live
though?
it to consumers. They live streamed it. They didn't say, only watch this if you're a consumer. We have lots of consumer announcements. They just live streamed it, all right?
Well, if you
Okay.
live stream it to the general public, that means it's aimed for them. Otherwise, if you only want to live stream it to developers, you live
No.
stream it and you make it so you have to have a developer account to see it.
No.
Therefore,
they like
it's aimed at consumers.
There's thousands of developers all over the world, and they can't all make it into this one little tiny hall in God knows where in America.
You have to be a developer to see the stream because they
Well,
all
no, of
have
course you
developer
don't.
accounts.
You're right, Dave. They're assholes for making this easy.
The point is, it's aimed at consumers if you put it out there where consumers can see it.
All right, well, okay, there's iOS 8. There's a bunch of little tweaks. I didn't think it was that significant, to be honest, except for they're introducing extensibility, which is where apps can enhance and replace bits of the core OS, which basically means things like changing the keyboard.
Oh, wow, that's magical and revolutionary. Right. There can't be a single mobile operating system on the face of the planet that offers you that kind of customization.
They are playing catch up with Android right there.
Yeah.
But hey, they're adding it, right? That's good.
Interestingly enough, you cannot replace... Chris Hoffman, one of our writers, pointed this out on Twitter. You cannot replace the email client by default, and you cannot replace the browser still. Those are set in stone. But you can change the keyboard, so yay.
To me, the most exciting thing was the quick reply to texting.
Yeah.
That was the sole reason that I used to jailbreak my iPhone was for the program Byte SMS that lets it, a little thing pops up, you type your response to the text in it, and you don't have to quit whatever app you're in, or you don't have to background it. So the fact that they're finally adding that, it makes me very excited.
There's also two new apps, I guess you would call it, which is the Health Kit and the Home Kit. The Health Kit is designed to aggregate health information from all the other little sensors out there, which could be kind of cool.
If only there was some kind of dedicated Apple device that would collect this health information. Maybe something that you wear all the time. Interesting.
I don't see that happening just yet, though.
Yeah.
They seem to be pushing this as something that would take it from other devices right now.
That's interesting.
And there's also a HomeKit, which is a home automation thing. So we're going to see a bunch of new devices that are like HomeKit compatible, and basically you'll be able to control your whole house from iOS, which again will be quite nice if it's all put together, done nicely. Rather than at the moment you have all these silly little tools, and I mean it's more difficult because you can't automate anything. You have to open up a different app for your lights, for your sockets, for every damn thing, right? Which is kind of annoying. The thing I really liked about the announcements was more close integration between iOS and the desktop OS. So things like if your phone is near your computer, then the email you're typing on the phone, you can just switch over to the computer like that and pick up where you left off.
It's really more about deep integration between the desktop and the phone. Yeah.
And if your phone rings, you can answer it from the desktop, which is pretty cool.
And text from your desktop to people who aren't on iMessage, which is
that's a game changer, I think. Like being able to get that mobile functionality on your desktop is very cool.
Because if I'm home, why would I want to type on my stupid phone keyboard when I got a real keyboard in front of me? So, I mean, most of my friends have iPhones, so that's not an issue, but I have, like, 2 or 3 people that I text on, like, at least every other day type of basis who I don't have iPhones, so I have to text them.
Or if, like, I find a web page I really want to go show my wife, but I don't want to call her in here, I want to put it on the iPad, then, it's open there, and I can open up the iPad and be like, oh, here it is. And then just show it. I think that's really cool. I think it's a little thing that doesn't sound that big, but will probably turn out to be actually one of the biggest features.
For them it might help convert, because obviously there's a lot of people on iPhones that don't own Macs.
Yeah.
All this interconnecting might help convert the mainstream appeal of the iPhone to even more mainstream appeal for their computers.
And
I want that connectivity. I want to be able to just have everything linked all the time.
That, I think, is the long-term play here. I think Apple's trying to make as much integration as possible to lock people into their platforms. And you're going to see, I think, from Apple efforts to make third-party attempts to make this work on Windows, make this work with other operating systems. You're going to see those be shut down by Apple specifically, because I think they want iPhone users to become Mac users. I think.
Although in the announcement they did also talk about new iDrive stuff, which is going to be like a Google Drive thing to sync across Windows, Mac, and iOS.
It seems like Dropbox to me. You get a dedicated
folder. It's a
folder.
little late for that.
Yeah, again, it's playing catch up, but it's not locking people into OS X and iOS, which is good.
For iOS, the one other interesting thing I thought is the family sharing plan. You can now have a joint account for
oh yeah,
members of a family. So if you buy, say, a game, and your son or wife also owns an Apple device, they can play that game. It's shared between all the devices. So
that's like the Steam thing,
yeah,
Steam Family Share.
You can,
and it was cool when they had like the kid trying to buy something, and it would pop up a notification on your screen going, "Would you like to approve this?" Which is cool, right?
You can set it so your kids can't buy stuff without you approving it, so you don't have to worry about those $300 in-app purchases. If you actually set this up, I have a feeling most people won't. But maybe they will. There's enough benefits, so that's pretty cool. Moving on from iOS to the OS X, Yosemite is a park known for its sweeping vistas, and this operating system seems focused first and foremost on making the windows transparent, which was a revolutionary feature circa 2007. Why are they doing this now? Transparency's done. Windows abandoned it. Are they just trying to
bring it back?
They're bringing it back. They're bringing it back. Okay. Okay.
Hey, chat room's getting really, really pissy about this, saying I've admitted Android is better than Apple. Apple is playing catch up to Android there. That's some kind of admission.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of dumb. Everyone's known that Android has had like switchable keyboards. That's not like Apple does lock everything down.
That literally does not interest me.
Locked everything down.
I like
the
Android. It's fine. I don't see why I needed a stupid. I've tried those bullshit swipey keyboards, and I think that they are just awful. So I'm good with the keyboard that's in there.
Yeah, I like that. Was about the only thing I did like about Android. But it's not good enough to make you like the whole OS, right? It's not going to rescue an otherwise piece of crap mobile, you know?
I just hate mobile operating systems. Desktop operating systems are awesome. I'd rather use your
put everything in my OS X.
Yeah.
I don't want to use my phone anymore.
Yeah, screw phones. Moving. So, anyways, Yosemite has a bunch of big updates. I'm bored thinking about this. Can we just talk about it when it's out? I don't care anymore.
Would you put it on the outline?
I guess I felt like I had to. This is the thing with Apple announcements is I'm like, I don't want to talk about this. Everyone on Twitter is like watching the developer conference, and I'm just like, what the hell? Don't you people have shit to do? Why?
You just totally skipped over the most important part of the entire conference.
Oh, what's up? What's up?
They developed an entirely new programming language, which is infinitely simpler and faster to program in than the existing Objective-C, and far better than Java on Android as well.
Yeah, and you know what? So a Dota Pro, there's Dota Pro and Dota Hater in the chat room. I'm getting a little confused.
Dota Pro is a crack, and I don't know what Dota Hater is.
Dota Pro is saying Apple is now a follower and not a leader.
Not true.
Not true? Why not?
Well, they've invented a programming language. I mean, you know, apart from that.
The programming language. So it looks like it's going to make making apps for both OS X and iOS a lot easier. So we'll see what that means in the long term.
Can you make calls from your Android from Windows? Is that a thing, or have I been completely ignorant? Is that a thing?
Can you make what?
Phone calls from Android from your desktop.
I think there's third-party programs that do that. I feel like I've heard of that before.
Third party, not first. So it's pretty cool.
It's not like an integrated thing, though. You don't just install Android and then suddenly it works, though, is it?
No. That's pretty cool. The phone thing's pretty cool. Being able.
Oh, you know what we missed? One other thing we missed that's kind of cool is the instant automatic tethering between an iPhone and a Mac. It just if your iPhone is in range and you're not connected, it just connects to the internet through your phone's data.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Is AT&T okay with that?
Well, that's what I don't know yet. You may have to have a tethering plan already to do it, because I'll find out.
Of course you need a tethering plan.
That's pretty
cool. You don't need to set
but either
things
way,
up anymore.
It's just to not have to go in and manually do it. It's just like you're out and you open your MacBook and it sees your phone and says, "Oh, you don't have Wi-Fi." Boom, now you're on the internet. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Scudderman saying, so they invented a programming language that's more simple to use than the programming language they invented before. Does that mean they screwed up the first time? Actually, I think they did. I've never liked Objective-C that much. And it's been a big thing that prevents people from actually programming for iOS. Because Android has Java, and everyone knows that. I mean, it's the default that you learn when you go to university. Yeah, which, on the other hand, means that you get a bunch of amateurs making Android apps, which is why they suck so much. So possibly it might be a bad thing for iOS now, right?
You're now saying that it's easier to write programs for iOS than before.
Yeah, I'm saying that may have negative consequences.
There might be a bunch of amateurs showing
Yes.
up now.
We are certainly going to get a lot more casual games because part of the new programming language is very easy to make games.
Well, I for one can't wait for the next Flappy Bird. That's going to be fantastic.
Well, did you see Matthew Hughes posted a link in our chat room earlier about a guy who programmed Flappy Birds overnight once in the new programming language after it had been announced.
Oh, really? I believe it.
Just, boom, done.
The physics are pretty simple. I could believe that.
Yeah, cool. I thought that was pretty impressive.
Well, I know that the three of us like Apple quite a bit. I think like one of our listeners does, so we've served that. Let's move on.
I hate our listeners. Can we get new ones?
We're working on it, James. We're working on it.
Netflix is finally ditching Silverlight, at least slowly. This is related to the new OS X release. Apparently, if you get Yosemite, the new OS X, installed on your computer right now and use Safari, it will use HTML5 instead of Silverlight to watch Netflix videos. So this is going to become the default on most ways. Now, if you're a Windows user, if you use Internet Explorer, the most recent version, I can't remember the number, yeah, you're not using Silverlight then either. So Microsoft made Silverlight years ago to try to replace Flash, which at the time was already in decline. I don't know what they were thinking with that. But Netflix is really the only site that uses it, and I would like to see Silverlight go away. Now, the frustrating bit, if you're a Linux user, there's basically no way to watch Netflix other than installing something called Pipelight. And what Pipelight does is it installs the Windows version of Silverlight in such a way that your Linux browser can recognize it. It like basically installs Wine, and then it installs a plugin for your browser that allows it to run Windows within that huge pain in the ass. So Netflix, can you really hurry up? Because you've got a lot of Linux-using customers who are.
Why does this only work on the Yosemite beta? Why is this it's only HTML5, right? What?
I assume they're only testing it with the brand new Safari.
I mean, HTML5 isn't a new technology. Like, it works on lots of browsers right now. Why would this?
There might be specific DRM requirements. I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, there we go. DRM. Okay.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Moving right along, Apple is also telling Google to go Bing itself. That's right. If you're using Siri to run a search, you are not going to see Google results anymore. Bing is now the default on iOS in the browser as well. So
and OS X, which will.
Who would have thought 10 years ago we'd get to a point where Apple would be getting into bed with Microsoft because there's another company that they fear more than them? Like, it's just kind of staggering how much the tech world's changed.
Oh, that's another awesome feature I totally forgot about.
Yeah.
OS X is bringing in a I don't know if you know what Alfred is right now. It's like a quick shortcut thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Alfred. I use it all the time.
And you can add kind of extensions that do like web searches for you. Well, Apple's basically building that into the OS now. So you'll have Spotlight, and it'll get Bing search results for you when you when you type in something, or you'll get Wikipedia results right there.
I believe it was OMG Ubuntu, which is a fantastic Linux blog, if any of you guys are into Linux, had a long article today about how Apple's new feature basically seems copied from Ubuntu's default search tool. So, interesting thought. I have used Ubuntu's default search tool. I didn't like it. It's
not unique to Ubuntu, though. I mean, they're...
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Like, it's definitely not original.
No,
it's borrowed from a number of places, but the fact they're building it into the OS is good, I think.
Okay, so there's a conversation about capitalism happening in the chat room.
Yeah, we'll just leave that and let them talk.
Gutterman says money is fundamentally flawed. Go back to trading chickens and we'll all be much happier. You gotta feed chickens, so now your money, you need to like use chickens to buy chicken.
Trade the chickens to get food for your other chickens. You trade like one chicken to keep your 4 chickens alive.
I'd almost rather use Bitcoin than that. And that's
we should all just use Dota hats as money. Just trade Dota items.
If you guys don't watch PBS's Idea channel on YouTube, you should. It's fantastic. And they have a great episode arguing that Dota hats are basically a currency in exactly the same way that Bitcoin is. You should look that up. Just our Dota hats currency, I think it's called.
I do love my Dota hats.
It is pretty fascinating. Speaking of currency, Apple has officially bought some overpriced headphones for quite a bit of an overprice, $3 billion, because the Oculus was already taken. We talked about this extensively a couple weeks ago. I thought I would say it's official. Apple now owns Beats, so whatever.
Yay!
$3 billion.
I think they just did that so that they could call Dr. Dre during the conference. That was worth $3
billion. Did they call Dr. Dre during the conference?
They did, yeah.
This is actually Apple's. Yeah, that's the whole thing. They wanted Dr. Dre on the team, so they paid $1 billion. So now they can see Dr. Dre's on our board of directors, bitch. What are you gonna do? Now they have street cred. Okay. Moving right along, Steve Ballmer is buying the LA Clippers for $2 billion because Oculus was already taken. And everyone's really depressed about this. I don't want to talk about this too much, but I guess Ballmer's moving on from Microsoft to professional sports. So I guess that will keep him busy enough that he won't find another company to screw up. So good job.
It's a natural progression, really, isn't it?
Natural progression? Why is that? You've made your stance on professional sports pretty clear. Why do you see this as a natural progression?
I don't. So stupid.
James, that you just moved yourself up 3 points on the British scale.
Excellent. Excellence in broadcasting.
I don't even know what LA Clippers is, for God's sake.
Why do you think it's a natural progression? I don't.
I don't.
I'm just an idiot.
I get that it's a sports team. I don't know what they do, though.
Okay, so it's
basically people pay money to watch it.
Spherical thing, and you got to throw it through a round thing with a hole in it.
Well, that describes an awful lot of sports, doesn't it? Come on.
No, usually you have to kick it through like a rectangular thing, or like hit it with a stick through a rectangular thing. In this case, you got to throw it through a circular thing. That's horizontal instead of vertical. It's totally different. Totally different, James.
Totes McGoats different.
Yeah,
so that's right around on broomsticks.
Pardon me?
There's no ride around on broomsticks in this?
No, that's curling.
Okay, well that screws up what I was thinking. Yeah, still I know what it is.
You want to watch Quidditch? We get it. Moving right along, porn browser news now. James, what do we got?
Or this story is otherwise known as why Android still sucks and no one actually uses it.
Oh man! Have fun with that one, chat room.
So this is more stats coming out of Pornhub because they're really enjoying their stats right now, and I can't blame them.
Yeah, they're having fun with their stats department there. Let's pull this up here.
They looked at which mobile browsers were the most popular on phones.
Yeah.
38% of people used Safari, which was just above the Android equivalent, the Android default browser, whatever the hell that is. And on tablets, they found 73% used Safari, indicating yet again that pretty much no one uses their Android tablet.
Well, wait. Okay, tablets.
Or if you want to look at this another way, Android users are being so productive they never look at porn on their tablet.
That's gotta be what it is.
That's gotta be it.
You know what? A lot of Android users, because you have this option in Android, change their ID thing.
The what thing?
You can change what your browser appears to be, so maybe they're all pretending to be Safari users to make it seem like Apple users are a bunch of pornography addicts.
Oh, you little jokesters, you. That's it.
We got Smarty in the chat room saying, Apple sucks more than Firefox Mobile OS, and then brackets, okay, maybe not.
Scudderman wants a mute button for just James.
We could make like one of our big special features, like 200th anniversary. We're gonna have Technophilia without James, and it's gonna be like our best rated show ever. Everyone's gonna show up. What to talk about? Windows and Android. It's gonna be awesome. No one's gonna tell us it just sucks.
Why is Dave Parak using our chat room to whore out his Gizmag articles?
What?
Dave Parak, stop it.
He writes Gizmag?
What? He writes for Gizmag. He writes for Gizmag. He's allowed to write for Gizmag.
I didn't know that.
And he has a button, which is one button to rule them all. What the hell is this?
That's it. I'm going to my Gizmag author page and whoring out all my articles.
Do it. Do it.
No, I don't want to. I'm too lazy.
Am I the only one here who doesn't write for Gizmag?
I think it's just me and Dave are the only.
Yeah, I don't write for Gizmag. Yeah. What's it like writing for Gizmag? Is that a good experience?
Yeah, I love it there.
Yeah? They treat you well?
Super cool.
Cool. Moving right along from pornography.
And Gizmags.
James wrote a really good outline of
No, it's not good.
It's freaking awesome, you're right.
Anything with Siri. We're so Apple heavy today. What's wrong with us?
I totally fucked James on this too because I forgot to edit his video and put it in the post.
What?
And then the
The
post goes
post went up for like
note
the post was up for like
start
20 minutes with a note saying Dave add video.
What?
And please give me a bonus for putting a video with this, but it was so embarrassing, so it's
Yeah, and then
unbelievable.
so we quickly fixed it and got it fixed.
Ah, you go away for a week, Justin, and this is what happens.
Yeah.
Seriously? I go away for a week.
I totally fucked up bad. I did all the other videos and somehow James is slipped through my because James sends his videos with BitTorrent sync, not through the same thing as everyone else, so it doesn't get the email flag for video that needs to be done. Stupid James, it's your fault. See?
Yeah,
It's
I
your
just
fault.
messaged you saying edit this now, and you say yes, I will, and then you don't. It's
Well,
my
anyway.
fault. But anyway,
It's your
this is
fault.
a bit hard to explain, so you should all go watch my video that's in it. That's finally been added now.
I
But
don't think it's hard
basically,
to explain at all. You talk to the phone, you talk to the Siri, it sends a ping to the internet, and then it does what you tell it. That's pretty simple.
all right, fair enough.
You're
So
doing
yeah,
some
I hooked it into an Arduino with some lights, of course, because I love hooking Arduinos up to lights.
Okay.
And then you can tell it like you have to use a certain keyword at the start, Googleplex, which basically tells Siri to Google something, and then it Googles the word plex, and then whatever your command is. So if I say Googleplex lights red, then it will turn the lights red, and it'll print up on screen time for sexy time.
Does it also say out loud, time for sexy time?
It doesn't say it out loud because it doesn't have a speech thing. It's not actually Siri. It's just coming from the website. But
Got it.
I think you can probably sort that out. But anyway, it was kind of cool. And then
you could like set this up to control your house lights, right? Like you could say like if your living room lights were wired into the Arduino, you could say like Googleplex turn on living room lights, and it would.
sure, or you could say Googleplex go to bed, and then turn everything in the house off. It's a very extensive system. You do have to know a bit of programming. It's basically you can tell it a URL to call whenever you say something. So it would call the URL of my Arduino, which is then publicly accessible, and it changes stuff.
Yeah, so
it was kind of depressing in the comments. Somebody said, your article is like nonsense to me. I like make use of, but being numpty friendly. Perhaps you could write it with an example I can understand and even apply. No.
What's numpty?
Numpty? Oh, is that a British word? Numpty means kind of stupid. Idiot.
Oh.
Oh, idiot.
The other one says no jailbreak required. You just need to be part internet hacker and part programmer.
Like most of your readers suck ass. Suckers, sorry.
Oh, wait, does it actually require that much stuff?
Well, it does require a bit of programming, obviously, but
Yeah. Well, I think
still,
it's
I
pretty
think it's cool.
I'd like to try it someday if I only had anything worth controlling, but you know what? It's much easier for me to reach for a light switch than it is to take my phone out of my pocket and say something.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
not
like-
to turn off all the lights in your house.
True. That requires me to walk to like 3 different rooms. If I had a bigger house, maybe.
Saga.
Good work on this. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Moving right along. China. Today is the anniversary of the Tiananmen Square protest. Just kidding. You're in China. You don't know what the Tiananmen Square protests are because no one in that country does. They're incredibly censored. Here are the top stories in the Chinese media the day of the Tiananmen Square's 25th anniversary. We've got a piece about President Xi Jinping touting an engineer's role in development and talking about a prize for a milk company. We've got the most popular online story today is about Angelina Jolie visiting to promote a movie. Angelina Jolie's never visited China, so that's a pretty big deal. Yeah. Oh, and there's going to be closer ties with Kuwait. That's really important news to be thinking about today. On this China Daily is leading with a story about high school students, according to NPR, coping with stress over college entrance exams. I could see that. I could see college entrance exams as being stressful. Yeah, I think that's really relevant news to have out there. I follow someone a friend of mine, Nathan Vanderclip. He's the Beijing correspondent for Globe and Mail, which is the biggest newspaper in Canada. And he's got a photo on Twitter of his TV in China tuned to BBC, and it's a black screen. So, 25th anniversary of some of the biggest democracy protests in the history of Earth, really, that were squashed by the Communist Party's military. Not China's military. China doesn't have a military. The military in China works for the Communist Party. They killed a bunch of people, and it never happened. And if you try to say otherwise, you get shut down pretty quickly. Even mentioning the date, okay? If you just say on the Chinese version of Twitter right now that it is June 4, that just gets deleted. So far is the extent. Like, it's insane, and it's just crazy to me that any entity, even the Communist Party of China, which is one of the most controlling entities in the world, can so completely mask a bit of information from existing. It's crazy because here in the West we've got our conspiracy theories, right? We think that, like, oh yeah, man, Kennedy was killed by the aliens because they were planning to invade and they knew Kennedy knew about it and they wanted to stop him, right? People will say stuff like that, and they'll say, you don't believe me just because, like, the man's trying to control it. No, the man's not trying to control it. You want to see what that looks like? Look at China, because they're actually legit controlling it, and if you bring up Tiananmen Square there, they're going to think you're just as crazy as the JFK Martian dude here. And it's just, it's hard for me to wrap my mind around how they can control.
It's not like people don't know about it, though. I mean, it's not like the people watching, every Chinese person doesn't already know about what happened at Tiananmen Square. It's just what are they going to do about it?
I've had Chinese people tell me, oh, no, that wasn't that big a deal. So, like, they might know that something happened, but they think it was blown out of proportion or that it's, like, some Western exaggeration. Maybe people who have, like, lived somewhere else, but inside the country, it's pretty much a non-event, isn't it?
I could get my mother-in-law down here right now. And
ask her about Tiananmen. I've talked to people who lived in America for like 5 years, and they're still like, yeah, Tiananmen wasn't that big a deal. Wasn't that? Yeah. So it's really sad what those protesters did to those soldiers, is what some people will say in response to it. It's just really
to the wheels of the tanks.
Yeah, to the wheels of the tanks. They got them dirty. Anyways. I guess we don't have, YouTube's still blocked in China, so there's no way they're going to see this. I don't know. Can you access Technophilia podcast over iTunes in China? Probably not.
Not now, we can't, you buffoon.
Yeah, because they have time to listen to all this. I did
this
notice.
Is in the show notes, right? We've been scanned. We've been blocked. Good job. You could have at least spelt it wrong, like called it T square.
It was spelt wrong, but then Google corrected it, so you can blame Google for that.
Googleplex?
Anyways, that's enough serious news for the week.
Yeah, that news put me.
The writers from China, I don't think. Yeah, well, to be fair, by nature, the makeup of make use of writers is going to be people who speak English natively. Like, that's just kind of a rule of thumb if you're a website that publishes in English.
That's crazy.
What? We could just start having Chinese articles inserted randomly?
Yes.
Don't let her on the show, Kashi says. She will be jailed when she goes back to China.
Oh, shit, that's a good point.
Yeah, okay. And also, she can't speak English, so I don't think it would be... Can you translate Chinese?
I mean, I could say it in English to my wife, who now gets English, and she could say it in Chinese. Or I could say it in Japanese, and she could change it to Chinese. And then back to Japanese, and I could change to English.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good idea. Let's leave this as is. How are you enjoying your mother-in-law's visit?
She brought me about 20 kilograms of fried chili, so I'm loving it.
Oh, fantastic. That's great.
Whenever anybody says that someone brought something in kilograms, my mind immediately thinks they're talking about cocaine or something. Because people are like,
this is almost as good as crack cocaine. I mean, this is addictive. 20 kilograms, this is not going to last more than a few weeks.
You associate kilograms, a unit of measurement, with cocaine.
Because, like, in movies and stuff, they're always like, yeah, I got like 20 keys or whatever.
You know, that's kind of weird, Dave, because I associate ounces and eighths with weed.
Yeah. Exactly. Ounces is with weed, and keys, kilograms is coke.
Despite the fact that everything else in England is measured in grams and kilograms, we still measure weed in grams, in ounces and things.
This is fascinating stuff.
It is. We probably shouldn't talk about it.
Well, we can talk about. It's not illegal to talk about drugs. All right, let's move on to the been using Justin pot.
What you've been using section. I had the great pleasure to be able to try out for a promoted piece and make use of the Applian suite of software. And if you want to save videos for later, this is pretty complete, and I enjoyed it a lot. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it half as much as I did. It was just a job, right? But it was actually a pretty great piece of software. It's a suite of software. Everyone's used like YouTube downloading service in the past. You just set it to download, and then it does, right?
Set it and forget it.
Yeah, this does that, but there are some services you can't download videos from because they're encrypted. Netflix is an example. Hulu's an example. I don't know about the BBC One player over where you are, James, or equivalent services, but you can't just download stuff with them the way you can YouTube videos. Replay Video Capture is a program that it just records your screen and the sound. It's really easy to use. You just set it up, and you kind of use it like a DVR. And why this is important is if you try to download a video directly from a service like Hulu, you're technically breaking the law, and Hulu's going to keep breaking that so that it won't work, and you'll just have to find a new solution every 2 months. This, as long as you can see it on your screen, you can record it, and there's nothing anything can do about it. And this is perfectly legal, I might add, if you do it for personal use. So, really enjoyed that a lot. I outlined.
I don't understand how this is legal.
How is that not legal? How it's illegal for the exact same reason a DVR is legal. Why is a DVR legal?
Yeah, James Bruce, stupid.
But a DVR doesn't have DRM on it.
The cable
it does sometimes.
Yeah. The
wait,
cable,
when you download it, does it have DRM on it still?
No. It's not downloading it. So there's two programs. One can download from sites like YouTube that don't encrypt it. Okay. And the other program just records your screen. So it's working the exact same way a DVR does. You just
are you getting the full quality, or how does that work?
If it's set to full quality, you'll get the full quality, yeah. If you have it streaming in HD, you will see exactly what's on the screen at the time that you record it.
So it's basically a screen recorder?
Yes.
Now,
designed to be really...
I can't pull things off of my DVR because they're DRM'd, because they've been recorded from TV, right? But you can if you do this, surely.
This is legally the equivalent of pointing a camera at your TV and just recording it, which you're totally allowed to do, provided you don't then sell the resulting recording, right? But for personal use, at least in the States, it's pretty clear you're allowed to do that. That's why DVRs are legal.
So presumably pirates can use this to get the video and then just upload it.
Yeah, totally. Totally, and it completely defeats the point of DRM. And this is what people have been saying for a long time. DRM is pointless, because if something's on your screen and visible, it's possible to record it. Right? That's just how the world works. If you can watch something, you can record something. This software just makes it really easy to do. It also
can
record.
And this isn't even a legal gray area, is it? It's legal.
No, it's totally legal. Totally legal. You're just making a personal copy for yourself. I fired up Spotify with this. There's another program specifically for music. It's called Replay Music. You just fire up Spotify, hit record, and it will automatically recognize the song and give it the proper ID3 tags and just save it. So, basically if you can listen to something, you can keep it. And as long as you're not distributing it, that's perfectly legal. Now, the interesting thing is, even though this is legal, Google refuses to advertise this service, which is why this is a sponsored piece. That's the only... They can't buy ads from any major ad network because anything that allows you to download or record media, they just won't accept. So this is a sponsored piece for that reason. But I think it really sucks the ad networks do this. Well, make use of, this, James. We were told that any page on our site that mentions a service for downloading YouTube, we're not allowed to show ads on anymore. So if we have an article. So the flip side of this is that the companies that make the services for downloading from YouTube also aren't allowed to buy ads from...
Oh, because this does YouTube too.
It does YouTube as well, and Google just straight up...
If it wasn't... Oh, that's weird then. I guess if it was just like downloadable from Hulu or downloading from Netflix, would they allow it? I'm confused.
Okay, so there's the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. clearly states that if you bypass DRM protection in order to download something, that act is illegal. Okay? So if you're breaking encryption to get at something that's protected, that's illegal. When you're doing the screen recording, you're not breaking the encryption because it's already been decrypted so it can play on your screen and you're just recording it.
So why is it illegal to record in a cinema then?
What?
It's illegal to record in a cinema. Why is that illegal then?
It's illegal to record in a cinema because the cinema explicitly says that you're not allowed to.
What?
But you have to
wait for
you have to watch the whole thing to record it, though?
You have to watch the whole thing to record it, and if your mouse goes into the screen during the recording, your mouse will show up on the recording.
It's not a cinema thing. I mean, it's illegal to record in a cinema, I thought. Isn't it?
There might be laws specifically about recording in a cinema. I don't know.
Oh, this is so confused. This is so
totally.
stupid.
I know copyright law is incredibly complicated, and this software is at best just a hack to avoid it. But under current law, it's perfectly legal for personal use. If you record it and then give it to a friend, that's totally gray area, probably not quite right to do. But if you record it just to watch it for yourself, it's the same as using a DVR.
Boom.
You think it's worth $80?
You know what? The whole suite of software is, if you want to do all these things, there's another one specifically for recording radio shows. And if you're really into some radio shows that aren't podcasts, it will just find the stream somewhere on the web and just record it for you automatically without you needing to do anything. So if that means something to you, that's cool. There's something for music. There's something for videos. Like, it's a pretty complete suite. If you just want to record the video, I believe that's $40 just for the replay video capture. And to me, that's worth it because it's a very well put together piece of software. The whole suite is only if you really want to get hardcore into downloading just everything, is what I'd say.
Everything.
But they're pretty. I had the opportunity to talk with the CEO of this company, and it was a great conversation. He's been making software since the mid-'90s, and it was just a lot of fun. Maybe we'll have him on the show sometime, but just wanted to go over that. Pretty interesting how this is perfectly legal, and it sounds like it isn't to everyone, but it kind of just is. Let's move on to the gaming news, gentlemen. We're going to try to keep this under an hour. Let's see if we can do it. Gaming, Dave, what's up?
Boom.
I don't know. This is James' bullshit VR nonsense crap.
Okay. So Valve apparently made a way to stand in the middle of a Dota 2 match, not play, just stand there and watch.
Yeah, I mean, there are people that actually watch Dota matches, I hear.
Yeah, I'm one of them. I watch a lot of Dota matches.
But the
interface. So you don't think it would be cool to like jump into the? Okay, fair enough. Well, that's this story done with.
It's cool to go like stand in the middle of a football field and watch a soccer game. That's not a good perspective of the game. I can't see everything that's happening.
Wait, don't they have like sideline cameras so you can?
Yeah, but they also shift to multiple different cameras. They use that one and they use the overhead.
That's what you can do with this. You can
Can
fly
I
around
though?
the
Can I
field
switch? Why would I want to use VR to watch the overhead view?
Because it's VR, and James is James, and VR is just great.
Well, you don't have to stick on the overhead view, though. The point is that you can zoom in, you can be right there next to the fighters, like checking out the awesome action of virtual characters fighting. What the hell do you do in Dota? I don't know.
Want to see any.
But if you're a spectator, it's probably because you're also a player, and you want to see the perspective the players do. That makes sense to me.
I want to see the game from the way they see it, which is from above, not from VR.
Now,
fair enough.
What would be cool is if you put let's say, I don't know, Drew Doughty. Oh, he's a hockey player for the Los Angeles Kings. If you could put a camera on his helmet or whatever, and then give me a VR headset so I can watch the game from his point of view, I would be all about that. That would be amazing. But standing in the middle of a video game that doesn't really exist, but kind of does, I'm not that interested.
Although,
in that.
for a shooter, it wouldn't be so bad because then you could actually be the first-person perspective, since a shooter is played from a first-person perspective.
You could just pretend you're being the person.
Yeah, I guess it would make some. I mean, it's still not the ideal way to watch it, but it makes some sense there.
Cool. Moving right along, Mercedes has inserted itself into Mario Kart. What? That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, it's only in Japan. It's free deal.
Yeah, we should preface this by saying it's a Japanese advert. Anything goes.
Yes, and the advert itself, which is linked to in the show notes, is fantastic. It's Mario playing Mario like in the game, driving around in a car. Then it cuts to real life Mario a real life Mercedes GLA, and then a human like Mario gets out of the car and looks terrifying, and then something funny happens, which you should see to believe.
What?
I don't really get it.
This is stupid.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really get it.
It's super stupid, but the end is funny.
This is the worst.
Yeah, but wait till you get to the end, Justin. The end is good.
Okay, watching it.
Can I just skip? I'm gonna skip.
That's terrible.
Come on, that's awesome.
Listeners, don't turn off. We'll
It's awesome. But so everybody's all mad about it because, you know, it's sponsored. Nintendo is sacred, whatever. But I mean, it's free. It's an optional car that you can download or not. So I don't know why everybody's.
Wait, you can actually
you can actually play Super Mario with a car?
No. It's a Mario Kart cart that looks like that Mercedes car in Mario Kart on the Wii U.
Nintendo's got to find some way to make money. I'm not going to blame them at this point.
I mean, you can never download the cart and never see it. It's not in the game out of the box. I mean, it's not even in the United States. It's only in Japan. But it's not even in the game. You have to go and download the car, and everybody's being all angry.
This is interesting. Free DLC that's ad supported could be. You're going to see this in other games, you think?
We already did in SimCity, remember? They had cars sponsoring, what was it, like a solar charging thing or something?
Okay. But was that something you went out of your way to download, or was it in the game?
It was a free DLC.
Yeah, see, I have no problem with that.
I hate free DLC, it's free!
Yeah, it's free additional content for your game that you can
I've given
play or not.
The choice.
I'm given the choice. That's bullshit. No one should have this choice.
Yeah, fuck that. Your ad should be imprinted in the game, forced upon you. Optional bullshit. I'm angry.
That's like the people who got mad about games because it was possible to be gay in the game. Like, this makes me angry.
Yep, there you go.
What's the point? It's an option.
People shouldn't have this choice.
You don't want to be gay in the game. Don't be gay in the game. Nobody's forcing you to be gay in the game. Who cares? Don't you have any...
but then I might have children in the game, and they might see these gay people being gay, and then they might be gay too, because that's how gayness works.
It's true. You see it, and you're like, I want to do that.
If you're being forced to drive a Mercedes in order to get past level 3 in this game, okay, that's legit. You can be a little bit mad at it, right? And you have to like watch an ad to see here's the Mercedes cars you have to drive in this level, right? And then they show you the ad. Like, okay, that's upsetting. But an optional thing you can download that's kind of funny. Get a life, people. Nintendo is letting people stream its games. We went over this, didn't we?
That was before. That was
no. What we did before was that they banned everyone from streaming games, or said they can't make money on them at all.
Yeah, no YouTube, Let's Plays, none of that stuff. What they would do is they would just, because we actually had it happen on our videos a bunch of times. They would let the video stay up. But they would remove your AdSense account and put their AdSense account on your video. So you would have the video up, and Nintendo would make the ad revenue off of it.
Because it's their game.
Right. So now what they're doing is they're doing a revenue share thing with YouTubers and streamers where they get part of it and you get part of it.
That makes sense.
Man, that's so nice now.
It's their game, their content, but they're acknowledging that you're adding something as a presenter to it. I think that's fair.
So other companies just don't do anything, most of them. They just let you do it because they're like, well, you're advertising our game.
Because you sell games and you're advertising games.
That's because those companies understand how the internet works. All you have to do is look at their Wi-Fi implementation on the Wii and the Wii U.
In fairness, the other companies are making money too. You know, Nintendo isn't.
Right, Nintendo needs every penny they can get, whether it's from Mercedes or from the YouTubers. So.
You know what, though? If Nintendo's only revenue source for the next 20 years is people streaming Super Mario 3.
They could probably stay afloat.
That's not going to be necessarily a bad thing. That's not going to be a little bit of money. This is the long-term plan at this point. Unless they really make like a Pokemon MMO that's like full HD, I don't see what else can save them.
There you go. So at least they're letting people play their games on YouTube. That's cool.
You gotta make like a really dark Pokemon MMO, like make everyone look hardcore and evil, and just like go all out. Just do this, Nintendo. It's your Hail Mary. But if that doesn't work out, do the streaming thing. Got it. We got 4 minutes, gentlemen. What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about Watch Dogs again, because last time we talked about it last week, I'd only had like a couple of hours with the game, and now I've been playing it every night, and I think it's awesome. I don't know what the criticism is, because I've been playing multiplayer a lot, and I really like it. There's it's so tense if you jump into someone else's game, and you're kind of following them around, trying to hack them and stuff. It's really fun.
Have you messed with the companion app at all? The CTOS mobile thing that lets you like...
I haven't tried the companion app yet, but I have played against the people playing the companion app, where you're basically racing around and they're trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
I wrote an essay yesterday about companion apps for games, and I put the Watch Dogs one in it because that sounds really awesome. That you can actually like mess with people's games from your cell phone. That's pretty cool.
The only thing I don't like is the kind of free-for-all mode where it isn't actually free-for-all. You can't kill anyone unless they've also set their machine on I can kill people. Like you have to both be set on PvP or something.
Well, that's fine. Would you? I mean, if you're trying to get through the story, would you really want people just coming in your game?
No, but it isn't in the story. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Right? They said there's this kind of seamless integration between the online and the storyline, and there isn't really, because as soon as you accept a contract online, you kind of get whisked away to another part of the city. It's not...
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that bit's a bit disappointing. Once you're in it, it's fine, and it's fairly quick, but you're not... it's not completely integrated. And the free-for-all mode just puts, like, say, 6 people together in the world, in a new special world, not in your same world, and then you're basically just driving around doing stuff, and there's other people in the game, and it's kind of stupid because you can't kill each other.
Mm.
So that's a bit sad. But the other parts of it, the stealthy bits and the hacking bits, they're really, really cool. I enjoy them.
Well, I've been enjoying how divisive Watch Dogs is and how some people love it and some hate it. I find all those kind of games entertaining to follow along on the internets.
I'm actually liking the story, too. Fuck me, right? Like... It's not that convoluted at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I've only played such a small amount of it, but I'm gonna wait till I think I've come to the conclusion that it's not like a must play at this moment in time. So
it is a must play. Get it on the Xbox One.
It's a must play, but not a must play right now. So I'm gonna wait till I can find it cheap, like some type of sale, either like Amazon has it for $40 kind of thing. I don't think it's a must pay $60 for a game because it's
That's sad.
It's not a competitive multiplayer game where it's like if I don't start playing it now, everyone's gonna be better than me. You know, like I don't care if they're better than me at Watch Dogs. So there you go. We did it, guys. An hour. Are you proud of us? The fans are incredibly unhappy about it.
They're pissed off. They don't like the hour thing one bit, do they?
We should take a screen cap of this and send it to the...
Down with Technophilia. Apple fanboys delivering short episodes. Boo hiss.
We have Make Use Of is killing Technophilia.
Well, if you want, we could talk about Apple for another half hour. I'm sure we could manage that.
Well, you know what? We'll compile this and we'll send it to the management and we'll see what they have to say. Because I have to say, I'm not thrilled about the hour thing.
I think an hour is plenty long enough.
Apart from which, we don't have any more stories. What the hell?
Yeah, we actually got through all the stories, and I feel like
it's not like we did less stories or anything. I guess maybe we went off on less tangents, or we tried to. I don't know.
But you know what? Tangents
seem different to me.
Show, which begins as soon as I'm done thanking everyone. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking part in the chat room. I know that you're a little unhappy. Let's talk about that. Hang around. Let's go through this. We also want to thank everyone who follows us at the Technophilia on Twitter, where you can find updates throughout the week, unless apparently I go on vacation, in which case the whole thing's abandoned. Sorry about that, guys. You can also follow us on Facebook.com/TechnophiliaPodcast, where we'll put stories we're thinking of writing. We'll get comments from you. It's a good time. Join us there.
We post naked pictures of ourselves sometimes.
Every other day, not every day.
Yeah, no, we don't want to go overboard.
Yeah, you don't want
giveaways at the moment.
You want to go over some of the giveaways on makeuseof.com? Let's go.
Give me a second here. I wasn't sure what's still live.
Okay.
You're worthless.
Dave, what did you review last? Another controller, let me guess.
A controller adapter thing that goes over a controller.
Oh, we haven't got any new
my
ones
next
since last
giveaway
week.
is one. I guess I could use this to hype up an upcoming giveaway because it's a pretty exciting one. The next giveaway that I'm writing is an MSI GS70 Stealth laptop.
What?
It's a $1,800 gaming laptop, 17-inch screen, the whole shebang. So
Why would you buy a laptop to do that?
because some people like go to college and stuff, and they want a laptop to play games on. Still, it's a beast, man. It's got a
I took 3 desktops to college.
It's got a better graphics card in it than my desktop. It's a monster.
Fair enough.
16 gigs of RAM. It's got an 870M graphics card. It's a beast of a laptop.
Oh, Danny was supposed to be reviewing the Surface Pro 2, but looks like that didn't go out for some reason, so look forward to that.
We reviewed some type of DIY media center thing.
That's true.
I saw that. And
Yes.
Dota Pro is telling me, did you see last week's art? Funniest thing I've seen in a while. Please let Dave do it every week from now on. I have to say,
All right, fair enough.
I'm perfectly fine with this plan.
all right, let me fire up Photoshop.
Okay, do it. Do it.
I mean, as long as the powers that be don't mind like trolly arts that aren't like serious, then
Isn't that what we've been doing for years?
yeah. But I mean, like trolly arts in that they don't look good, like they don't look professional.
Yeah, okay.
That's kind of what I go for. That's my style because I can't do anything else.
It's not your lack of skills, it's your style. Right?
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, that's it. It's my style. It's all intentional. I try to make them look like.
So, guys, what should I do for my Tiananmen Square anniversary party tonight that I'm going to hold with my Chinese wife and Chinese mother-in-law?
We need a title though.
Can you make a little tank cake and then have a?
Wait,
I might ask my mother-in-law to do. I'll bring it up slightly. I'll be like, can you make a tank-looking cake? It's just
It
there's some.
just kind of looks like, and then you just put like an action figure in front of it, just standing there looking.
so what's the title for this show?
Going to hell for that. We got to think of what the title is. I believe it was This Make Use of Hates Technophilia. You know what? Technophiliacs, we love you guys. We really wish there was more of you. And there's a notion, it might be misguided, that if the show were shorter, we'd have more listeners. I don't want to get into it much more than that. I want to talk with you guys about this. You like the long show. I mean, you're the people who are here in the chat room. You must love it.
Yeah, but there's only 10 of them.
What's up? There's only 10 of them is a problem, you know, and they're the ones we mostly hear back from. There's 2,000 people listening to the audio version. I have no idea how long they like it to be. None. We don't hear from them.
Yeah, they don't say anything. Say something, jerk faces.
Sometimes they do. Every once in a while they show up on Facebook. Make use of is killing the essence of Technophilia. What is the essence of Technophilia, Make Use of Hater? Or Dota Hater, sorry. Because I gotta say, without Make Use of, there wouldn't be a Technophilia. I was ready to quit a year ago after doing it for 2 years without getting paid. Now I'm getting paid to do it. So, I don't know. What should we do? What should we do? I don't know. Apple is now a follower of Technophilia 116. They follow us. Best art ever, Kashi said of last week.
What's that website where you can get free images with no attribution required?
Morgfile, wasn't it?
Scudderman says if Make Use of wants Technophilia to be more professional, they should order James to code a chat room so we can guarantee it'll work.
You think a chat room I make will work? I really
Even if all the
appreciate that.
timestamps are out by an hour. Brilliant, Scudderman. Brilliant. You really get James. Holy shit. Once a week, it was like a tradition after the show. I'm like, James, fix the damn countdown. It's an hour off. And James would go...
What about if I start giving points for listening to Technophilia?
I think this is what I
I
want.
could totally do that.
I want a chat room that we have designed, okay, and we can give points to comments we like just on the fly.
That's
For the gamification thing.
surprisingly ingenious.
Dota Hater
Sounds hard to do.
says he hates me now, and I'm surprised he didn't hate me before. Most people do. But what's up? What did I say?
How hard can a chat room be?
How hard can a chat room be to make? No, there. It's basically just text submission.
How about Technophilia 116, same old Technophilia or something?
Do you want to preserve the essence of Technophilia or gain more followers? You know, if we don't gain more followers, there might not be an essence to preserve, because the show might not exist.
I mean, we could always take it back and do it on our own, but...
We could do it independently and not get paid anymore. We could do that.
I don't really want to do that.
What?
I don't really want to do that.
You don't want to do that? It's what are our options? I don't think the shorter show is going to save it myself. I don't, but we got to try something. We got to try something. I don't know what it is. Do you got suggestions, guys? Or should we just keep doing what it is now? I would like to preserve the essence of Technophilia and gain more followers. I'd also like to do an interview show with people who do technology on CNN every night at 11, but that's not going to happen either.
We should come up with a title for this week's episode, though. That would be good.
What if more listeners destroys the essence of Technophilia? I don't think there's much of a worry about that unless they replace me, or James, or Dave, and that's not happening. So, yeah. I don't know. We're going to keep doing what we do because we like doing it. I love this. I love this weird little place where we all get to hang out together.
What if we call the title Bad Art?
This is why I suggested an hour-long professional show and then lots more fun and frivolity for another hour with the titles and art. And I don't know, maybe that should be a separate file, not the same one.
I don't want to hang around for another hour after the show. That's too long.
That's too long? The fans seem to like it, and I like the fans.
What if we call it the essence of Technophilia for the show?
What if we had, like, the show and then something else?
Why are you ignoring my title commands?
Because I don't care about them. Is 2,000 downloads every week not enough to justify the existence?
No.
It's certainly not enough to monetize it to the point where it's profitable for Make Use Of, and Make Use Of has some money problems right now. So, yeah.
Goddamn Google.
Yeah, Google kind of changed their algorithm in a way that's affecting Make Use Of negatively.
Some douche at Google just woke up today and was like, I want to fuck with a lot of people.
Yeah, I just want to screw over a bunch of sites that are working hard.
I'm going to change the algorithm and just fuck everybody up.
Yeah. Pretty bad. It's pretty bad right now, guys. So, the after show is the best part, says Sig Interruptus. Yeah, I kind of agree. I have a lot of fun then, usually. You know what? Talking about Technophilia has kind of got me down. I'm willing to answer any questions you guys have. I want to keep this as similar as is and also grow it. We got to do both. I think part of it is just exposing more people to it. Like I think we just need to find a way for more people to find out what's going on this show.
I think I'm going to make the title Mute James.
Just destroy Technophilia and get it over with, says Dota Hater.
I don't know who Dota Hater is.
No, I don't either. It must be someone who's been here a long time, based on what they're saying. But I mean, there's tons of people who change their names every week. Oh, was this week's show not good? I felt like it was one of the better ones we've done in a while.
That's it. I'm going to make a chat room that requires you to log in using a verified identity. How's that, guys?
No, no. What are you doing?
James, the title is Mute James. Are you okay with that?
Make use of comment site-wide, verified identity. Boom, there you go.
Can you see my messages? I can see you, guy. What the heck happened here today? We had a good show, and then everyone was pissed off. I don't know. I'm just trying to be as open as possible here, guys. We got to do something. I don't know what it is. Do you have any suggestions? The essence of Technophilia is the tangents and random conversation. As long as you have those and it feels natural, it'll continue to be good. I feel like we had those today. We talked about your kid for 5 minutes, didn't we?
I feel like we're getting hung up on the time thing here. The time thing really doesn't. It's not a strict thing. It's not like we have to. No one's telling us what to do here. Just to clarify that.
Yeah. What happened last week? I didn't catch the show. I apparently need to this afternoon. Did you say like we need to do an hour?
Yeah, I think we probably did.
Oh, okay. That's what's going on here. We don't need to do an hour. We're just trying to make it a little tighter while still keeping it fun. It's a balance we got to strike.
We don't need to do an hour.
We've done 2.5-hour episodes in recent weeks, and I think it just has been a bit much. Dota Pro, no one knows who you are.
I think if we just banned all talk about hockey, then we'd be fine.
Ban all talk about hockey? I don't know. I don't really care about hockey this week, though, because it's New York versus LA, and that's...
that counts too, so don't.
Oh, that counts too? Okay, okay. I'm thinking of taking up roller hockey.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
No, that also counts.
That also counts? Okay, okay. What else can't we talk about, James? So the chat room, James, we really do need to make our own chat room. This is ridiculous. This is breaking constantly.
Yeah, I'm not sure it'll be any better though.
What's the worst picture of James I can find on his Facebook?
Today's show was good. Last week's show was rushed. Well, I saw that the top story was about Ski Free, and that's literally all I know about last week. I guess I need to listen. I didn't feel like we were rushing today. I feel like there just wasn't.
I didn't think we were rushed last week. I thought we were fine.
Oh, you know what? Perception is reality, and if they perceive it that way, that's the truth. So yeah.
They're liars.
I want to promise you guys that we're going to keep this going basically as is right now, and you shouldn't worry too much about changes without us running it by you first. That's you guys are important to us. You're the reason we do this. So
no, I hate you all.
I am not Dota hater, says Dota Pro. I know. That's totally different.
You're Dota Pro, obviously.
Yeah.
How's everybody liking the art so far? Is it arty?
Have a competition to promote Technophilia, says Dota Pro. That could work. I think us appearing on more other podcasts and shows could help too. And we just really need to get to work on that. We need to get to work on getting more guests. Yeah.
Why can't I paint on this layer? I have to rasterize it. There we go.
I like to think of Technophilia as being a British game show, but without the fake points. I like that. I think we need our own chat room. I think that's pretty clear. Oh, Pierre! How's it going? Welcome, buddy. It's good to see you.
All right, how's that look? How's that look for art this week?
I don't see anything on your screen.
What? Whoa, my screen share is not updating live.
No, it's not. I just see a blank Photoshop interface.
What the bloody cow?
Yeah, that sucks for everyone who wanted to watch.
There we go. How's that look?
Mute James. I am not doing art ever again.
What do you think? Are we good?
Perfect.
Are we good here?
Oh, what a douchey hat. That's great. I mean, what an awesome hat, James.
I literally just used the paintbrush and drew black blob over his mouth, but I think it gets the point across.
Me inside that you use that font.
That's why James suggested I used Comic Sans, because he knew it would annoy you.
Yeah. It's hard to read the text over the jacket. I don't know.
That's also kind of the point. That's why I used black text.
I hate you so much, asshole.
And I beveled it to make it slightly readable, but not fully readable, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I can change it if you really want the font a different color.
It's your thing, dude. I'm not in charge anymore.
I got it. I got the font under control. The font. We got this situation unlocked.
Put a crowd-funded ad on Giant Bomb. Wait, Kashi. You need to advertise it. Currently, there's nothing promoting it to non-fans. You know what? The other week, one of you guys, I can't remember who, said, I feel like Technophilia is part of the deep web. And that's the problem. We make it way too hard for people to find this.
I accidentally rasterized the layer.
We need to do more to promote it. I think it should be going out more regularly. And Dave, I really hate to say this, but we really need to take highlights from the show and put them onto the site, onto YouTube, so people know what's going on. Oh, nice. I can see your email notifications.
Yeah. I got something from freelancing something or other. I don't even know what that is. Bullshit I signed up for at some point in my life. Here we go. All right, that's a much better font, I think, in the color. Don't you think?
Oh, great. Justin gave us the infamous "nothing is going to change" kiss of death from corporate management. Is that how you guys think of me?
Yep.
Okay. Technophilia could buy a Super Bowl ad. If we had the money to buy a Super Bowl ad, I think we should use that to fund the show and not to buy a Super Bowl ad. But it's a good idea. Do giveaways in the show. That's an idea. That's an idea. We could do that. Just get the TLK.io guys on the air and make them fix it on air. Yeah, that could work. I don't know why it broke. It used to work so well for so long. We need something.
There we go. So there's the art now. Is that better?
Oh, it's big. Even better. That's way easier to read, but it's still ugly, which is what you really wanted.
That's what we're going for.
Both the background and the foreground color to be pink in order to do this.
Wait, who's pink?
Oh, never mind. Whatever. I think the background's red. I get it.
What's red? I don't see any red.
Like small things that Dave gives away. I think Dave should give away one of his NES collection every week.
Wait, what are you talking about red? I don't see any red.
Never mind. It's good.
All right. You got me all... I was like, I didn't use any red. You got me all scared.
Yeah. I didn't know it would be so easy.
Well, when you're a true artiste like myself, any criticism of your work, it really just...
Right?
It scared, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so what other ideas do we have to make this show better without losing its essence? Because you guys are the essence of the show.
We could
YouTube uploads are used by a lot of video podcasts to grow audience. Yeah, I think having like the funniest tidbits from the show edited could go a long ways. We just need, because you're pretty funny, Dave, and it's
That's
hidden.
a lot of work, though.
It's a lot of work to record just that little segment.
Well, I'd have to remember where it is, then I'd have to go back and get it, pull it out, open up Premiere, edit the file, do some stuff to the file, not just put it up straight as it is, because that would be stupid if it was just a straight up file, so I have to put intros and outros on it. So, you're talking for like one little clip of a 30-second thing to happen in the show is probably 30 minutes of work.
So we gotta get a way for you to get paid to do that, which, fair enough, we'll look into that.
Which is not going to happen.
We got to consider everything here.
I guarantee you it's not going to happen.
Huh. Get loyalty points if you listen to the show? Like the make use of points.
That's an easy idea to implement that would attract more people, because we have so many people on Make Use Of who are like point whores who tweet every article that goes out just to get points. So like those people would listen if we did that.
Yeah.
So did you see I was doing some streaming with your buddy Rob? He's trying to learn Dota.
Yeah, I saw that you were doing it. I haven't caught the videos yet.
Yeah, we did it the other day. It was pretty fun. First few games I used the coach feature in Dota, so I wasn't actually playing. I was just like I could observe and ping and draw lines on the map to help him. So it was pretty cool. We had fun.
Ads on other podcasts is the way to go, I think. Well, we can't even sell ads on our podcast. How are we going to afford? Here's the thing that don't cost money. Here's the thing, Scudderman says. You're very niche. You're aiming at a Venn diagram of is comfortable listening to language and other offensive things, and people interested in heavy tech stories.
Well, we could drop the language and other offensive things. It's not required.
Would that be bad to you guys if we dropped the language? I mean, to be honest, the language has been a core thing of the show, in my opinion, for about a year. We just do it sometimes.
Yeah, it comes up every now and then. We might say a swear, but we don't swear nearly as much as we used to, and no one.
No, and you know what? No one's telling me not to swear. I just got sick of it. I just didn't think it was funny anymore.
And there's no reason we could just not swear at all. I mean, wouldn't really make that big of a difference. Where the hell did I save this Vimage? I don't know.
You have it open still.
Yeah, but then I gotta go do the save dialogue. I figured it would just be somewhere logical.
Save it to your desktop, dude. What are you doing?
But then I gotta clean my desktop up sometimes.
No, we can look into ads on other
downloads apparently.
Up
there
here,
right there. Excuse me.
We've got a pretty cache system, huh?
There.
Anyways, if anyone has any other suggestions they'd like to make, I mean, we really want to make this better. We really want to make, good art. 300. I thought I was making 600. Is it 300?
It is 600, but when I did the copy image URL from WordPress, it copied a 300 by 300 version of it. Whatever.
Scudderman says everyone here is fine with the offensive stuff, but we're the ones that are here, so we're biased. Well, I'm not saying we never say anything offensive, because I don't think that would go with the nature of it, but what would you think of us intentionally not profaning so much? Is that bad? Like, what's the line? What's the essence of the show? I see it as the side conversations that don't really have much to do with technology. I see, like, that's my favorite. What do you guys want, though? What do you want to see?
They want to see James muted.
Oh, man. I like the later time.
How do I turn off screen share? Stop it, screen share. Stop it. Bad screen share. Now I'm not even here. Now I'm a ghost.
Yeah, you're just black.
And now it's James again. Now I'm black. Oh my god.
Riveting content. Editorial content.
Oh my god. We're all gonna die. Look at James. He's so dumb.
Someone open that. What is this? WebSocket. Did you just make this?
No, it's an HTML5 demo, but it's telling me 0 users connected, so it must be shit and broken.
I'm opened. It's not working, James. Are you trying to make a chat room?
It's not me. I'm just finding one that works so I can copy it.
Oh, okay.
Is that legal?
Of course it's legal.
Open source, dude.
Probably.
Is it open source?
Who knows? Who cares?
How many times have we used James in our art for the show?
He's got the funny face.
Fucking many.
He was in last week's too, but only as a tiny little mini version of himself.
No, it's too good. There needs to be more ridiculous. My favorite art still is just Dave's face looking terrifying, and then it just says "is watching you."
Oh, the one where my eyelashes were frozen?
Yeah. It was just like
that was a cold day of skiing, man.
Dave is watching you.
Just day of skiing.
Yeah, that was great.
Hey, did you guys watch Rob's video that we put up on the YouTube yesterday? Did anybody watch that?
Not yet.
It's pretty good.
Ashi says that us not swearing would be terrible, is what I think he's saying.
I need the big version of the art, Dave, not the little version.
Do you have a 600?
600 by 600 uploaded to the thing.
To make use of .tv?
Yeah, it just scales it to 300 when you look at it, but the actual file that's uploaded is 6 by 6.
Well, can you just go ahead and set it as the featured image then?
It is. It's all done, bro. You don't got to do anything. You just got to go in there and put the actual podcast in it. I got you covered, homie. I mean, I did all the work for you. You just got to make the podcast be a podcast.
Make it be a podcast, dude.
Make it a podcast, and then the podcast will be the podcast.
I don't know. I'd like to see an after show that's maybe a separate video file, and it's just us farting around on something, like we used to do with. We did it with Cards Against Humanity. We could do it with a video game or something. I like the art. But just, yeah, man. I hope we don't disappoint you guys. That means so much to me. I don't know if that's coming across. I like you guys. I want there to be more of you guys.
I hate them.
You hate the listeners?
Yep.
That makes sense.
I hate all of them. They're all evil.
I like Scudderman.
So yeah.
I included a blooper in Rob's video that he put up. He thought it was pretty funny.
That's great. You need to have
one shot that it took him like 5 tries to get it. He kept messing up his words when he was trying to say something. And then he was finally getting it, and he was playing Borderlands. And in Borderlands, randomly, like, NPCs will come up on your, like, communicator and be like, hey, you should go over here and go do this thing. So he was finally nailing the line that he wanted to say, and right as he got, like, maybe 3/4 through it, an NPC started talking over him.
So a Dota hater is saying we could do crowd-funded ads. What? Could we, like, crowdfund the show? Is that possible?
Yeah, there's that Patreon thing or whatever that people use.
Would you guys do that if we asked?
No, they wouldn't.
You don't think so?
Plus, I don't know if IBEC would really want that. It makes us look poor as a website if we're asking fans for, like, donations, you know?
It makes us not if people actually do it. I don't know. If people actually pay for the podcast, what complaints is he going to have? If people are actually willing to pay for the podcast, do we even need IBEC? I don't know.
Well, that's the thing, but he's not gonna. If it's making money, he's not gonna release us voluntarily.
That's the thing, I guess.
That was the agreement that we agreed to when we took it over. It's like, well, we'll fund you for the time being, but when it starts making money, that's my money. But we'll keep you in money now while there is no money being made. That's kind of the agreement.
I would give €5 via PayPal, like one time or each episode.
Well, Patreon is monthly. If you sign up for like a Patreon, you sign up and agree to pay every month the amount that you agree to.
Yeah. Patreon's kind of like. Well, there's a lot of services like that now.
Yeah, a lot of people use like a lot of like independent game developers use like Patreon for like, like, hey, I'm making a game and it's gonna be good and you like me, so give me money every month so I can make it.
Maybe you guys would just start emailing random companies and be like, hey, Coca-Cola, what's up, guys? You should sponsor Technophilia. I'll drink dangerous amounts of your product if you do that. Try something. I don't know.
Hey, these are good suggestions here. Sig Interrupt says he doesn't need the profanity, but the skeptical satire is fundamental to the show. With you there.
That makes sense. With you there.
And Scudderman says that he would be able to recommend it to more people if it was safe for work.
All right, so then let's try no swearing then.
I do think we scare people away unnecessarily.
Why don't we say we cut $10 from our paycheck every time we swear on air?
I'm not doing that. Well, I might do that. Dave, I don't
Yes, Dave, you could go negative.
I don't want to get paid $0 to do the show.
This deal is not... Yeah, no, you have to pay us $20.
You have to pay, Dave.
I don't think I'd swear that much. That would be like a lot of swears.
Yeah. Okay, so here's an experiment. And while we're still in profanity mode, we can do this. What qualifies? Okay, so obviously the fuck word is out, right?
I think you could say anything you'd say on TV, right? Like ass or...
Isn't there like 8 banned words or something that George Carlin did? Like...
Yeah, that's outdated though. And I don't think we say most of those in any case.
Oh, I use them all like 20 times a day.
So is damn in the list? I'm just trying to make sure.
I don't think damn's in the list.
Okay.
Pretty sure it's fucking shit are the main two.
Oh no. See, I'm from rural Canada, so shit's not even a bad word to me.
Can they say shit on TV?
Yeah. Yeah, they can.
7 dirty words. Is that the one we're talking about?
You guys need a cue card that says fuck equals...
According to the 7... The original 7 dirty words are shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits. Those are the 7 words.
We had such a clean episode going.
Yeah, this isn't the real episode, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. All the non-fans have left it.
Let's just come up with some new words like Bing that we can use in place of swearing.
We'll use Bing in place of swearing. I'm good with that.
But we'll agree that ass is acceptable or no?
The word apple should be banned, says Dota Hater. You just don't like anyone, do you?
No swearing at all. We'll just use Microsoft products.
We'll use Microsoft products. Oh, man.
Man, I really want to put that in her Xbox like that.
Son of Clippy.
No, bad Microsoft products.
I bet. Well, that's all but Xbox.
Well, yeah.
Like Dave says something really stupid, and I'm just Microsoft Bob.
Man, that new product is such a Windows 8.
Yeah.
They really visted that one.
Oh yeah. All
right. No, so what this show is never going to become is us saying, "Holy crap, you guys! This product is awesome!" Like that's not it. I'm gonna keep being an asshole. I'm gonna keep saying no, Apple's not as good as you think, James. Like that's.
Oh, wait! If you're a company and you want us to say, "Holy crap, your product is awesome," just get in contact. We will do this. Justin was lying.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, we will gladly tell the world about your product for money.
What happened to using Bing as a euphemism for F-bombs? You know what? We just straight up forgot. Don't remove shit. Shit is integral to the show. I think we can have shit. I think we just got to...
Well, we got to look up the Apple, what makes Apple mark a podcast NSFW.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can undo it now, though. Like...
Oh, really?
I think you can.
Are we just not safe for work forever?
Do it on a per episode basis, but as a whole, the podcast will still be marked as NSFW.
Well, who chose that?
Are you sure?
You really can't turn that off?
Well, not without resubmitting a new podcast, no.
Next week I'm going to be all like, hello, everyone. This is mainstream Technophilia. We're really friendly. This week Microsoft did something that I don't think is stupid and terrible at all.
You can say that's Superman for SNES instead of saying that sucks. What the hell does Superman for SNES mean?
What is that? What? Who said that?
What?
What?
Well, let's just say that's bingingly bad. That's...
You, the Technophilia chat room, are the voices in my head, and I can't be called sane by any stretch of the imagination based on that, but I really don't want you to go away. The word Apple should be banned. That's Superman for SNES.
Yes, there's an option, James, if you go to the PodPress thing on our WordPress and you go to the feed settings, down the bottom there's an iTunes explicit box, and you just yes or no.
Yeah, I get that. That's a default for, but you can't. When you make a podcast in iTunes, when you submit one, you have to say if it's NSFW, and I don't think you can change it.
Yeah, you can. Just do it. Change that and see what happens.
I think, Pierre, the problem is you meant to say Superman for the N64.
What?
Superman for the N64 is famously terrible. Like, one of the worst video games ever made. I've never heard of Superman for SNES, so I think that's what he meant to say. So
Yeah.
I think I got it, Pierre. I think I got it. But I think your reference was incorrect. Okay, guys, we got the art. We've had a good conversation. I'm going to keep the chat room open, but I want to go get some food. How are you guys doing?
Hold on.
Okay, I'm holding on.
I'm trying to read about changing from explicit to not explicit.
Whoa! When
What's
I
up?
said iTunes Technophilia, it comes up with this iTunes charts thing.
Yeah.
And apparently we were number 57 on the podcast charts for Canada.
For Canada? Really?
I don't know why it just lists... Oh no, I can change it here. Switch. Let's see what it says.
Wait, iTunescharts.net. Chart debut, 57? What?
We're not on United States one. Yep, it looks like we're just on the Canadian charts.
Wait.
It looks like you can change all these things, so I think you should be able to change it.
I can't even find Technophilia on iTunes charts. I don't know what you're doing.
Let me send you the link.
It also says you could just delete the Scudderman says you could just delete it and re-upload, and it would just redo the feed.
Yeah, but then we'd lose all the listeners. What?
Yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah, I think just try changing it. Whatever, it should be fine.
No, this week's clean. See if it makes a difference. If we get like 50,000 listeners all of a sudden, then that's good.
Well, you'll be able to tell if you look at it on iTunes because it'll have the tag or not, you know?
Yeah.
The problem is if we remove the tag completely, the episodes that were not clean, it may get us in trouble. So we may have to leave the tag and then just, per episode, set it to not dirty.
Yep.
Because otherwise, then people might listen and be like, well, I went back and listened to the old episodes and there was swearing in it. I didn't expect that, blah, 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 you know?
Well, if it has per... No, I don't know.
I don't know either. But from now on, we'll just mark them as clean and then go from there. And then we'll win $1 million.
Well, we can't just mark it as clean. We have to not swear.
Right, obviously.
Is that obvious?
I think so. You
All
fucking
right.
idiot.
Well, you just fucked this episode up.
Yeah, fuck you, motherfucker.
Oh, man. And thus ends our 5 minutes.
Fucking fuckface, fuck nugget.
Stop it!
You
I like
could
how
go
it's
on the swearing and
still not showing up on webcam for some reason.
Why does Business Insider have a post about Technophilia episode 10?
Why the fuck not?
Wait, they list makeuseof.com as the author.
Do you know there used to be like a column on Lifehacker or something called Technophilia?
Yeah, I get that when I search for the show sometimes.
Yeah, stupid assholes.
Was Business Insider just stealing articles from Make Use Of for a while? I can't explain that any other way.
Who knows?
Right, let's kill it. I'm hungry.
Okay, goodbye, everyone.
I love you all. I was only joking before when I said that I don't like you all. I kind of like some of you. We're not... Koshi, that is a terrible suggestion. We are not making a fucking clean version of the... We're not going through and editing a clean version every week. Are you insane?
Yeah,
my point is that, yes, you could shorten it, cut the swearing, and talk tech in a professional manner for an hour, but that's no longer Technophilia. Well, I don't want to talk about it in a professional manner. I want to do it in the tone that we're doing now. I just don't think profanity is integral. If you guys think it is, then we can have that conversation. That's what I was trying to do.
If you guys think it is, then fuck you.
I'm a little disappointed you guys won't do it for free. It suggests you see this as work and not fun. You know what? A year ago, I had hardly any responsibilities, and now I don't.
Yeah, we all do a lot of shit and make use.
I'd still do it for free, but they won't. So unless you want to listen,
I would do it for free, but I can guarantee you, if I did it for free, they'd be 30-minute episodes.
You think you just don't have the time?
I'm not going to spend 2 hours doing a show that would be for free.
I'd rather do it for free than see it change into something else completely. Or I'd rather do something...
Yeah, but no one wants us to change into something else completely. They just want us to make some small conceits to help it grow.
Yeah, I don't think the time thing's a big deal. I really don't, but we'll see. We'll try with it. If people protest, then, you know, that's the voice. You guys have a lot of voice here. Make Technophilia a porn show. Not going to do that.
I'm down with that.
Yeah? Okay. Okay. I mean, we only have male participants right now.
It's whatever. I got this Kirby doll right here. I'll use that. You can't see it because my camera's not working, but he's cute as hell. I wish my camera worked so you could see Kirby. He's so cute. He's so cute and Kirby-like and Kirbalicious. What is wrong with my webcam? Work webcam. Oh well. All right, I'm gonna take us offline. So lots of things to think about. I want everyone to go to that Facebook post that I made and leave your thoughts there about the show length, because that's a nice, easy, concise place for us to look at and talk over with people and stuff. The chat room is a mess, so if you go to that Facebook post that I put up on Technophilia and leave your thoughts there, even copy and paste stuff you said in the chat, that's fine. Just leave your thoughts there because it's an all-in-one, easy-to-get-to place.
Yeah, and we'll have this ongoing conversation keep going. The chat room keeps breaking. We got to replace the chat room. That's got to be a priority. We got to make this thing more visible. We're gonna do this, guys. We're gonna do this together, though. We're not gonna do it without you, because that would be stupid.
Bitches.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.